Worshipful Ramil P. Apple, District Deputy Grand Master of Masonic District Arton A, and very worshipful Jeffrey Welcome Acevedo, the Grand Lodge Lecturer and Grand Magistrate for Mindanao, most worshipful Danilo D. Angeles, past Grand Master, Grand Secretary, and our installing officers, our guest of honor and speaker, who will be properly introduced later, most worshipful Peter U. Limlosuy, past Grand Master, dignitaries in the East, very worshipful sirs, friends of Mason, brethren, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon, magandang hapon po o maayong hapon kaninyong tanan. Today marks the first day of a new chapter in my Masonic journey. And I would like to borrow the words of Helen Keller, the first ever deaf and blind person to earn a college degree, who once said, "Alone I can do little, together we can do much." This struck a chord on how I view Freemasonry and on how the fraternity has been vital to my life as well as to my family. Being tasked to take the helm of Macsjalar Lodge is still a thought that overwhelms me up to this point in time. Never had I imagined years ago that I will end up taking the reign of one of the premier lodges in our jurisdiction. But nevertheless, I am grateful because this provides me an opportunity to reciprocate what Freemasonry has contributed to my life. My first encounter with Freemasonry happened 38 years ago during the time of my father's death. Chinese tradition dictates the presence of the eldest son during the funeral rites. Our eldest brother, worshipful brother George Limlosuy, our guest speaker this afternoon, who was then working in Hong Kong, but was nowhere to be found. And what made matter worse was the fact that at the time, there was no cell phone nor internet, and access to international communication in Cagayan de Oro was so limited. To make the story short, and what made it more significant to me is that it was through the effort of Freemasonry and with the assistance of Most Worshipful Jolly Bukarin, who was then the NBI director in Manila, our eldest brother was finally located and was able to send off our father to his final rest. This incident planted a long-lasting impression in my mind that members of Freemasonry must be men of honor and dignity who perform noble deeds and promote noble thoughts. This impression ignited my interest again sometime later with another brother of mine, whom I consider him as my playmate during my younger days, ultimately becoming my childhood idol and my hero. I fondly called him K, but sometimes with a slip of my tongue, I called him King. He is no other than our past Grandmaster, potentate, illustrious, most worshipful Peter Limlosuy. Beneath all the jewels and accolades bestowed upon him is a man of simple taste, humble and content with the no-frills joy of life, yet a man filled with determination and ambition. These are some of the attributes that I really admire most and inspired me to follow his example. From being a member of the Ateneo Commerce varsity team to such an endeavor as taking a degree in accountancy, becoming a certified public accountant, and working in a family business, and most notably, following in his footsteps in knocking at the door of Freemasonry in the year 1984. However, I feel that becoming a master of the lodge, will be the highest level I can achieve in my Masonic journey, because I do firmly believe in destiny, and I also humbly believe that the fate has done its job in taking me this far. I may not obtain a title as grandest as most worshipful Grand Master, but having the title of a worshipful master is more than enough for me, for I am grateful to become the worshipful master of my lodge, not only because it gives me the opportunity to give something back to Freemasonry for the many wages that I received throughout the years, but it also brings me utmost joy to see that my only son, worshipful brother Jeremy Kokoy Limlosuy, where is he? Who has just finished his term as worshipful master in his lodge. I must admit that the table has indeed made a turnaround of 360 degrees. The teacher has now become the student. But what I can humbly say, that being the teacher of all, I must have taught my only son very well. I hope he will agree with me. My fraternal brother, especially to the brethren of Macsjalar Lodge 184, I thank you from the bottom of my heart for entrusting me with the leadership keys for the leadership keys of this lodge for the incoming years. I am fully aware that the challenges and obstacles that go with this responsibility can be overwhelming, even to the best of us. Alone, I can only go so far, and can do only so much. But with your wholehearted support and cooperation, I have no doubt we can achieve our goals and reach the finishing line. Let us work together, amplify our strength with our inner goodness to take our lives to farther heights. As Phil Jackson, the legendary coach of NBA champion LA Lakers said, the strength of the team is each individual member. The strength of each member is the team. To my mentor, the wise men and elders of this lodge, very worshipful Francis Celis, very worshipful Edwin Amene, and very worshipful Ildefonso Agbuyan. Is he around? Very worshipful sirs, thank you for being my beacons and for your wise and timely counsel. You have really helped me gain the confidence necessary for my position. At this point, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to the installing team, most notably to our installing officer, none other than our incumbent Grand Master and past incumbent Grand Secretary and past Grand Master, Most Worshipful Danilo Aguiles. Most Worshipful Sir, I truly am deeply honored by your presence and participation in this ceremony. And I honestly must say that today's ceremony would definitely be one of the most highlight of my life, memorable highlight of my life. Again, thank you so much, Most Worshipful Sir. To very worshipful Oligario de la Cruz, to very worshipful Linda Commandant, Master and Assistant Master of Ceremony, respectively, and to worshipful Brother Ricardo Rotoras, who generously requested the best member of the MUST choir in this installation and make the ceremony very solemn. Very worshipful sirs, worshipful sir, thank you for lending us with your expertise and talent in making this afternoon a very worthwhile occasion. Let me also take this opportunity to express my unreserved gratitude and conditional love to the following persons whose inspiration, influence, and motivation has given me the faith to face the challenges that lie ahead of me. To all the members of our family who are here tonight, our friends from Malaysia, who are all seated on the southeast side of this lodge, may I request you to please stand to be recognized. To Most Worshipful Peter Limlosuy, who always support me, and to our eldest brother, Worshipful Brother George Limlosuy, who brought his family from Auckland, New Zealand, to grace this occasion and be my guest speaker. Last but not least, allow me to share a few words about our immediate past worshipful master, worshipful Brother Ricardo Rotoras. Congratulations, worshipful sir, for a job well done. You have been a good shepherd to your flock for the Masonic year 2015. And in behalf of the brethren of Macsjalar Lodge 184, thank you for steering the Lodge to an extraordinary achievement. Once more, thank you, brethren, for giving me your vote of confidence. This gable I now hold in my right hand, being a symbol of authority, will always serve as a reminder to me of your trust. And I promise to use this wisely with utmost care, and I will endeavor to give my best to serve the interests of the brethren of this lodge and to continue to build on the foundation that my predecessor had laid. To the brethren of Macsjalar Lodge 184, let us work together so we can make a difference in the year 2016. Mabuhay ang Macsjalar Lodge 184, Thank you.